Hey, what's up? Welcome to another vlog. I know how are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you. I think it's been almost 2 weeks now. I am actually popping in here anyway to give and offer some support for Emma in, I think, the past, but your future, because I've already filmed some of this vlog. I just wanted to give a little introduction because it's honestly just been really hard for me to pick up the camera. I'm feeling so much better today, but the mental has been like very, very low, and it's been low specifically in terms of like having to be perceived and having to speak or vlog, and it doesn't just limit itself to the online world. Even like being outside and being around people, whether I'm out for a walk or something, it's been like quite painful to be perceived. This isn't like a new feeling or anything, but recently it's just been particularly bad. Do you feel this way, or if you've ever felt this way, that just being like, even just someone like looking at you is painful? What do you do? Help me. Oh, he wanted to say hello. It is very difficult to film yourself or have to film yourself almost every day when like you just feel like you want to keep going inwards and keep like wrapping yourself with like coverings and blankets so that no one can see you. I apologize for the lack of videos recently, but I just like literally have tried to sit down in front of the camera about 12 times, and every time like I seriously cannot, like nothing comes out. The words don't come out. I'd be very interested in your thoughts if you are someone who does YouTube or does like, I don't know, public speaking or anything else where like you are kind of like your job in a sense, because I have been feeling this trend more and more over the years as I've been doing YouTube and like as the channel has grown, that I just want to like be more and more private. Some days, honestly, the feelings are so intense that I feel like I don't ever want to say, like I just want to shut up and not say anything and completely remove myself from the online world. Even though like this community is like so, like 100% positive. It's so positive, and like I don't think I'll ever stop making YouTube videos in any capacity. So that's not what I'm saying at all, don't worry. But I just feel sometimes I just need a break is what I'm saying. But today the camera lens is back to feeling like a good friend because I know you're behind it, and I just want to say thank you for bearing with me. I don't think I've had consistent uploads here on the channel for a little bit, but I just wanted to say thank you for continuing to watch my videos, for putting up with like the squirrely uploads. I've missed you guys, and I really, really appreciate you, and I hope you've been doing well. There's going to be a reading vlog, an update vlog, a travel vlog, a book haul, a clothing haul, hopefully some workouts coming at you because I've been back running. The weather has been really great, and I am just feeling so much better now. So and today I went to Pilates this morning, I went and got coffee this morning, I sat by the lake this morning, and now I am here ready to get back into the swing of things. I've also been away out west for a little under a week, and that's all gonna be in this vlog. So I just want to start you off on like a happy welcome to the book nook kind of note, because the next few clips are when I was really struggling to get anything out. I will send you along to my past self, and I will see you very soon. Just have to bear with her. I'm sorry. She's closed up like a clam, but she's trying her best. You know that Virginia Woolf quote? I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, but it's something like, I should like to tidy things up and disappear. I've tried to start this vlog so many times, and I just can't make the vocal cords do any vocalizing. If I can get the words out in this vlog, I am very excited to tell you what's been going on, some life updates, grad school updates. I'm excited to tell you where I'll be going, to share reading things, life things, spring things, because there's just trees upon trees upon trees right outside my eyeballs right now, and it's so wonderful. It's been hard to speak when you, or at least I, feel just a little unsettled and very much like I'm in a place of transition, in a place of becoming, and that can be quite hard, especially when you are in a place of learning. Being in a place of learning, especially if it's self-learning and self-exploration, can mean to be in a place of violence, because what you learn, no matter if it's like new math concepts building on old or new insights about yourself, whether it's a medical diagnosis or even if it's just learning how to play a new piece of music better than you did before, is to do away with what has come before, whether that's old modes of thinking, different opinions, or the story that you told yourself about yourself. Or in just a simple math formula, if you found out that the formula is actually a lot longer than you thought it was, it means to kill what has come before, in a sense, or at least it can feel that way. Of course, you can look at it in like the opposite way as well, but it can definitely feel like a place of dismantlement, if that's a word, a place where you tear a lot of old structures down. And that's just kind of what I've been feeling and going through. And I'm not someone who does very well with change, not only because I'll be like moving far away for grad school, and it's that feeling where like, I don't know if anyone, I'm sure you do because I've heard this voiced so many different times, where like if you have, for example, a dentist appointment in the afternoon or at like 4 p.m, it's like your day is done. Your day is just now waiting for that dentist appointment. You can't do anything else. You can't start any new projects. You just have to like be like, okay, my whole day is just waiting for this appointment to happen, like waiting here for a few months before I make this huge move and like say goodbye to everything I've like pretty much known and like get on my way to my dentist appointment. And so it just feels like these past few weeks I've just been stewing about, kind of like pacing around my life, being like, okay, what do I do? Because I feel so unsettled. I know that this home that really now truly does feel like home is gonna be lost to me very soon, and I don't know what to do with that information. I feel a lot better about it now because I've been to see both places that I've applied for university. The first was the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, and the second one was a university in British Columbia on the west coast of Canada. And I've been to see both places, and I really want to show you my BC trip. It was a bit of a shorter trip than the Scotland adventure for sure. My mom and I went to go check out the city, check out everything, check out the campus, of course. And then, shame of all shame, but it's not even, I just like playing into the book buying band bit. I have a book haul to show you because there's so many bookstores, so many bookstores that I went to in BC. It is me dropping back into the travel log to kind of do what I did last time when I went book shopping in Scotland, to tell you about the bookstores I went to, show you the books that I bought. So not these ones, this is the unhaul pile, and basically let you know about the books. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I've been to 6 provinces and sadly no territories as of yet. I'd like to get to everywhere in Canada, literally everywhere in Canada, but nowhere that I've been in my own country yet has ever had this many bookstores. Small town BC had so many bookstores. What the heck? The first bookstore that I went to in downtown Victoria was Monroe. I think it's called Monroe Books. Beautiful, such a big bookstore. These are all brand new, I think, books, but loved it. Loved it. It is such a gorgeous interior, such a nice big space, and they have so many great sections. So what I wanted to do, or what I wanted to try to do, was limit myself to just buying 1 book per bookstore that I went to, if any. Honestly, like if I see a bookstore and I'm able to, like I want to support it and I want to contribute to it, especially if it's an independent bookshop. So anyway, I only bought 1 book at, Monroe's Books. There you go. Monroe's Books. And that book is Gender Trouble by Judith Butler. I've been wanting my own copy of this for a long time. When I saw it there, I was like, you know what? It's time. I do want to read this before I start officially my master's as well, so this is something I would like to get to. Essential is an essential work of contemporary feminist thoughts. This is her questioning the category of woman, like what is a woman, you know? Everyone loves that question. Who does it include and who decides who it includes? So this is all about the cultural presupposition of gender and exploring just like so many different topics. So many different topics. I'm pretty sure throughout like my undergrad, I would pull quotes from Judith Butler pretty often, but I've never been able to read the full Gender Trouble, so I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is gonna be fascinating. Is the book that I got from Monroe's Books. One of the bookstores I wanted to go to, Bastion Books, which just like had such a tantalizing swing sign, and the gulls were all like circling around, and it was gorgeous. Like listen to this. Anyway, they were closed the day I was there, but I went to one more bookstore in downtown Victoria, and that was Russell Books. Is it Russell's or Russell? Yeah, okay, so it is Russell Books, and this one is new and used. Such a huge space. It feels like you are in a library, and they have such a big section of used books. I love used bookstores. I will live and die for used bookstores. Oh my gosh. So the first piece that I picked up, I was like, oh, do I want this copy? But I love at used bookstores when they have so many different copies and you can like check them all out. So I decided to go with this one of Dubliners by James Joyce. Look at how cute this is. I hope this peels off nicely, but Vivi Books edition, something like that. I really like the hardcover because it has the same design. I just think it's beautiful. A piece from Dubliners, which is a collection of shorter pieces by Joyce, was one of the first things I ever read for my English degree. We read The Dead, it's the closing piece in Dubliners, and I just want to read the whole thing because I've only ever read The Dead from Dubliners, and this year I got to read my first Joyce, like him in a novel form with Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, which was 5 stars. This one, love that. And then the next one I hadn't ever heard of. It was in a collection with a bunch of others titled like Lectures. It's been turned into a work. It's called Winter, 5 Windows on the Season by Adam Gopnik. This was, I think, done through the Canadian Broadcasting Company, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so these are part of the Massey Lectures, which are co-sponsored by CBC Radio and Massey College at U of T. As you can imagine, this is all about winter. A taste for winter, a love of winter, a mind for winter is for many a part of the modern condition. So, okay, he takes us on an intimate tour of the artists, poets, composers, writers, explorers, scientists, and thinkers who help shape a new and modern idea of winter. Chapters are arranged into like these different windows or interpretations of the season. Like this one is called Radical Winter, Recuperative Winter, Romantic Winter. I cannot wait until, it is winter yet again, so I can read this. But those are the 2 books that I got at Russell Books. I honestly couldn't decide, so I just got both.
babies.
I went to Cozy Corner Books in, is it in Qualicum Beach or is it more in Parksville? This is a completely used bookstore. It is so charming. The smell in this store is just wow, because it's just all used books. I was in there for a little bit, but I actually didn't buy anything. I had my eye on a couple classics, but in the end I put them down, and I can't believe I walked out of here empty-handed. But I was just like, Emma, like, you're just gonna have to move anything you buy back over. So cute, and they had so many cool like little different sections. I think this next bookstore is my favorite. It's actually really hard to pick a favorite out of all the bookstores I went to, because like they were all really amazing. They're all really wonderful, but I just think this one had the most, like, I wanted to buy everything in the store. And I think when that happens, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite bookstore. So this is just off the highway. It is like this absolutely horrid looking building, but it was the best bookstore I went to. It was fantastic. So this one is called Fireside Books. It's in Parksville, and it just amazing. Again, new and used books, but so many more used books. Like they had a little section of new releases and brand new books, but they had so many used books and so many ones I wanted to buy. I tried to like sneakily hide some of the books that I wanted because they had so many gorgeous editions of classics at the back. Like they had a fantastic classic section, and they had so many of those, like, you know, those gold pages, I guess, with the hardcovers, and there's so many gorgeous editions of like I don't know, Moby Dick right here is one of those editions, but I like put some kind of behind other books because I'm like, okay, the second I move here I'm gonna like go back to this bookstore because oh my gosh. Anyway, once again, I got 2 books. This has been on my wish list for years. I put this on after I watched Grand Budapest, the Grand Budapest Hotel, because apparently this book is a lot inspired, or little inspired, by the film. That is Mona Hoverings, because Venus crossed an alpine violet on the day that I was born. I don't know, I really like this. So this is a piece of Norwegian lit, and in a hotel high up in a mountain village. Sorry, my mom just called me. We're back. Yes, okay, because This is such a long title. Because Venus crossed an Alpine violet on the day that I was born. It's about two sisters who aim to reconnect after distant years. Martha has just been discharged from a sanatorium after a mental breakdown, and Ella agrees to keep her company in the hope that the clean winter air will provide clarity. So yeah, very Magic Mountain sounding. I think I read somewhere that this was also inspired a lot by Zweig, who of course also inspired the Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, oh, okay, so it's actually about Ella's encounter with the writings of Zweig. I'll probably pick this up sometime soon. Just a theme with this man, I guess, in this vlog. I saw this copy of A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. Did not have a dust jacket. I don't know if it comes with a dust jacket. I don't really care though, because this is just gorgeous. This is gorgeous. This is the hardcover edition of, I'm pretty sure this is Folio. Yeah, this is the Folio Society edition. Typically won't buy multiple copies of books unless of course like it's a fave or a 5-star, or there's just like obviously a gorgeous edition of it. So I was like, I really do want that. I really do want that because it's so beautiful. This is one of my favorite books this year, and I've just been like really interested in getting a lot more into James Joyce. So picked it up, and it comes with illustrations, and it smells not delightful, but it smells old. This is very semi-autobiographical to Joyce's own life growing up in Ireland and his wrestling with faith and just growing up and going to school and oh my god, going to university, and I just loved it. I loved it so much. So when I saw this edition, and I love the spine, I really wanted to get it. That is everything I got at Fireside Books. Favorite bookstore I went to on the island for sure. I think I just went to one more bookstore. This one was in Qualicum Beach. Qualicum Beach was so beautiful. This was it the Mulberry Bush Books? Such a cute little bookstore, and the day that I went in was Mother's Day, and they were having like tea, and it was just so sweet. And this was all new books, I'm pretty sure. So this one I actually didn't buy anything. I was like, you know what, there is like a couple things that I would be interested in, but my suitcase was just getting full at that point. My mom and I were talking. I think he must have been the owner. On the way out, he just gave me this book. Like, he just gave me this book for free, and that was just so kind. So this is Qualicum Beach, A History by Brad Wiley. So I love this cover. This is like a very local history of Qualicum Beach. It was just so kind. Thank you for giving me this book. That is the last book that I acquired in DC. So quite a few that I came home with, and of course these are now going to be added to the move it or lose it pile of books that I would like hope to get on my shelves but need to pull something off soon. And I think today, actually, pretty sure I have it down today that I'm starting episode 2 of Read It or Unhaul It, Move It or Lose It. So yeah, those are all the books that I got in British Columbia. I don't know if I can like put into words, or if I even tried to at this point put any like overlay of like the footage that I got on my trip, because it was just so nice. And it just, I felt so good and comfortable at the grad school. Actually, what ended up happening with that was the deadline for like accepting or rejecting the offer from Scotland was literally the day that I came back from the trip. So I didn't have like too much time to process my time. Actually, the day, like the morning that I came back from Scotland, that was the only offer that I had received so far, but I rejected it. Scotland was just like gorgeous, lovely to visit, but not a place for me to live. I could just tell I wouldn't be happy there. For me, it was so busy and there's so many people, and it was so dense and so crowded. I just can't go back to city life after the ways that I felt living in a big city. I can't go near it again. It's so bad for my mental health. At that point, I was a bit worried because I had rejected Edinburgh without knowing if I got in anywhere else at the other university I applied to, because I only applied to 2. But 2 days after getting back from Edinburgh, I got the email from the BC University and I was like, oh, I accepted the call of the West Coast. So that is where I'll be moving. And like I said, I was feeling really unsettled about it and really unsure because I've never been to the West Coast before. I could just feel myself living there so easily, and like I said, now I just feel so much better about it because it doesn't feel like it's gonna be as hard to leave my home to go and live there now that I've seen it. The air was 10 out of 10. I've never seen trees that big. I've never seen alpine mountains coming out of the ocean. That was mind-blowing. I'm so excited. Even more so because the offer came with like full funding for my degree, which is just incredible, and I feel so grateful. Basically trying to like inhale as much literature as possible while like not trying to burn myself out yet, because I do know that the course load is very, very heavy. Can't believe I'm going to live on an island to study books. Exactly. Thank you.
That's crazy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Why are you coming back? Oh! You're okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Let's talk books. Before I tell you everything that I'm reading, I want to do a little unboxing because I do have more books to show you. The Move It or Lose It episodes, I think there's gonna be a lot because I have a lot of books in that pile now of like books that I've bought while I've been on my book buying ban this year. But that makes me really happy actually, because I loved filming the Read It Arn Haul It, the Move It or Lose It video, and you guys really seem to enjoy it. I want to thank you so much for all the love on that video. I had such a good time and I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. This book I bought for the World Tour Book Club. I haven't opened it yet. It's been sitting waiting. I just wanted to open it with you guys because I have a couple books that I bought. I was only supposed to buy this one, but then I saw this other. Anyway, you'll see. But the pick or the country that we'll be reading from for May is Kyrgyzstan. And I'm excited because I've never read anything from Kyrgyzstan. So I'm trying to embrace the fact that I'm very sensitive and picky to like fonts and text size. Oh, that's actually so bad. Anyway, the book is like, I love this cover. The reason why I got it is because I thought this cover was gorgeous. This is The Day Lasts More Than 100 Years by Aitmatov. And yeah, I thought this cover was so cool. I love how glossy it is, but like, look, look at the text on the back. Like I see that and I'm like, oh, that like hurts. Ah, why would they use that font? Tell me why they would use that font. What is that? I don't know if anyone else gets that or if you think I'm just complaining, but like since my concussion years ago, I still have really bad after image, and certain fonts and certain text and the way things are arranged on a page can really trigger it. And so like when I look at this, it's so hard to look at. I am excited to read this. I think it sounds so cool. It does unfold within the span of a single day, but it takes, of course, a very long time to unfold and contains so much inside of it. We have a railway worker as he tries to bury his deceased friend. So the railroad worker shares his personal history of living in the Seriozek, if I'm saying that right, steppes, and weaves in elements of Central Asian folklore. There's also like astronauts in here and space stuff. It just looks really, really interesting. This author, Aitmatov, was one of the only authors from Kyrgyzstan that I could find who were translated into English for the book club. This one I was debating on getting because I'm like, Emma, you really like the first book. You never, hardly ever, continue series in good time. You know, usually I read the first book of a series and then I don't get to the next book until months or years later. But with this one, I found myself like really addicted and really wanting to read the next one. Spoiler alert, it's Spark of the Everflame. But I think I was telling you guys last time that on my in my local library audiobook, like on Libby, the wait time was like months and months. And so I was like, maybe I will just buy the physical copy because I liked it so much. Then I got the lovely notification after I purchased it that the library acquired 93 more copies. 93 more audiobook copies of the book. And I was like, okay, well, I have it now. So excited, actually. Okay, so this is book 2 in a fantasy romance series. Like that. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's gonna show up, but it's like very tactile. That feels really cool. This is book 2, Glow of the Everflame. I hardly ever buy hardbacks as well, so this was a special occasion. Okay, this was a special occasion. The book buying ban, yeah, it needs some work. We're gonna need to film a lot of episodes to make up for what I've done. Okay, I really liked book 1. It follows DM, who is a healer, and her mother disappears. Her mother has also been a healer working in the royal palace. There are mortals and there are descendants in this world who are descended from mortals who I don't know, mated with the gods, I guess, of the world, and the descendants have special powers. Well, the mortals don't, and so obviously the mortals are suffering. She's been forbidden from going near the descendants, but when her mother disappears, like DM obviously takes her job, and she kind of sees everything that's going on. I really liked it. I thought it was really addictive, and I thought the writing was pretty decent. Pacing was really well done. Book haul number 2 of the thing. I think this one I really do need to find an audio of. I'm actually so gutted, but I am reading at the minute. It's a little silly. Most of these, except for what I currently have going on my Kindle and kind of on audio right now, most of these I'm reading for uni. Yeah, all of these you see here, well, kind of uni. This really huge one is my Norton anthology of theory and criticism. I've been going through pieces in here that I didn't read in my undergrad and just picking ones that like personally I'm interested in or that I think would be useful. Right now, I haven't started his sections, but right now I am on Mr. Sigmund Freud's sections. I can hardly wait. I actually like reading Freud. I think it's so fun. The sections that are in here are from the interpretation of dreams. That is where I'm at with that. So that's where I am with this guy. I have basically the rest of this sectioned out into what I want to get to before I start my master's. I have it like organized month by month. So I'm reading Freud sections now, and then I also started Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. The thing with Heart of Darkness, I'm gonna be reading this because it was on my May TBR, and then there's like a companion piece in here that I'm gonna read alongside it because it's a essay by Chinua Achebe, who wrote Things Fall Apart, fantastic, and it's about Heart of Darkness. So I'm gonna read that when I've finished. Well, maybe at the same time. Maybe I'll like dip back and forth. I think that would be good. This classic is a reread for me. We had to read Heart of Darkness in my first year of doing my undergrad English, and I don't know if it was because I was so swamped at the time with other things. I was doing biology at that point. I thought I was going into biology, and I was only taking one English lit course, and I was reading Heart of Darkness for that course. But every time I think of Heart of Darkness, I literally can only think of like cell cell membranes, mitosis and meiosis, because that's what I was studying in bio when we were reading Heart of Darkness, and I was like putting way more effort into the biology. A few pages in, I'm literally 4 pages in, and it's, wow. Conrad is, I think he's a difficult writer. What I remember reading this from my first year was it was so dense. It took me so long to get through, even though Heart of Darkness is like a pretty short novel. His writing is kind of the kind where it's like, oh, I'm gonna read that sentence over a couple of times because you speak very interestingly. I know other authors, people like E.M. Forster have been like, what the hell is this man on? Why is he writing like this? And they've complained of Heart of Darkness specifically. The yellow highlights are not me. Someone in English Lit definitely had this before me, because we're highlighting almost the exact same things and like putting little stars literally beside almost the exact same things. Mine are in the pink, but this is inspired at least a little bit by Conrad's own journey through the Congo, up the Congo River, and what Belgium was doing in the Congo. And in the novel Heart of Darkness, we're following Marlowe's narrative. So Marlowe, in kind of Conrad's place, is the one going up the Congo River. Very, very happy that someone has done all of these highlights. Oh, and notes! 2 other huge pieces that go together. We have the Bible and we have a history of the Bible by John Barton. This one is the Oxford World Classic King James version with the Apocrypha. Currently only on Exodus. But yeah, this is my first time reading the King James version, and this just because I thought this would be a good companion. And I'm only 34 pages through this because both of these are also very dense. Tomes book club, I have started our April, May, and June selection, which is East of Eden, which also kind of goes with this, by John Steinbeck. So yeah, this is the big tome that we are reading for the 3 months, the 3 spring months for us at least. It's a little over 600 pages. I am 40 pages through. I started this one last week and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm actually enjoying it so far. I was a little bit ambivalent to start this. The John Steinbeck that I read previously hasn't been like the most exciting, most wonderful literature of my life. I've read The Pearl and I've read Once There Was a War. And obviously East of Eden is one of his more well-known big books, so we're gonna give it a shot. It says the generations helplessly reenact the fall of Adam and Eve and the poisonous rivalry of Cain and Abel. Audio right now, I just finished a fantasy romance that was so bad. I just finished this a couple nights ago. I think it's called A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stasia Stark. This was not very good. The one on audio I have on the go is currently a nonfiction. I think I have about 4 hours left in the audiobook, but it's called Indigenous Rights by Chelsea Vowell. This is really good. This is just like such a super introduction to Indigenous, Métis, and Inuit issues in Canada. It covers so many different things. I highly recommend this. Grendel has an evil villain side. He does. Anytime he sees Kelsifer sleeping or Kelsifer curled up in one of his favorite spots, Grendel will go over to try to like literally jump on him, like just jump on top of Kelsifer. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of these because I would like to clear some of these before I start the Move It or Lose It. I think what I'm trying to do first is at least finish Exodus. I know there's a course that I'm gonna be taking, fingers crossed, in the fall, which is gonna feature some books of the Bible on the syllabus, which is gonna be really interesting. I know that one of them is Revelation, so obviously, I don't know, I'm not gonna make it through the whole Bible before September, but that would be interesting. I'm gonna split East of Eden really soon into the pages I need to read to finish it by the end of June. I think you guys said you wanted a whole vlog on East of Eden, so I'm gonna start that probably tomorrow as well. Heart of Darkness I thought might be a quicker read because it's a pretty short book, but no. And I really wanted to start Glow of the Everflame. I really actually did. I was really excited to just get this and start it. I haven't been this excited about a fantasy series in a while, and it feels really nice. It feels really nice to be excited about a fantasy series. Yeah, I don't know. Thankfully, I'm in a big reading mood. I don't feel any kind of reading slump coming over me, so I guess I am just gonna start Move It or Lose It on top of this. Wish me luck. Little Prunes. It is the next day, and I have in fact started episode 2 of Move It or Lose It. This is what I'm currently reading for Move It or Lose It. I'm very happy to be into episode 2. I'm having a good time and I'm excited to keep going with it. But I guess I can't really tell you about that right now. But I do have a clothing haul. My closet is so populated by this brand and I love them so much, but they sent me a few more pieces from their spring collection. Simple Retro sent me over 4 items, so I thought I would show you what I got. First up, they sent me this gorgeous pink dress. I don't have anything in this color. Honestly, I'm not sure if this color looks great on my skin tone or not, but I just loved the design of this dress. I really like the cowl neck, right? Is that what that's called? Love the rose details. I just think that's so much fun. This dress is so soft. This really reminds me of like Meg from Hercules, like her dress. I don't know if that's like what it reminds me of. So I really like this one. Simple Retro's dresses, man. Simple Retro's dresses. Okay, so they sent me another one. This one is a gorgeous dark blue color. I think this one suits me a little bit more. I really am partial to darker blues, but this has a smaller intricate pattern on it, but this one is just so light. The sleeves are like a little bit puffed, which I think is a nice detail. And this one has pockets. This one does in fact have pockets. I'm so happy about it. That is the second dress that they sent me. And then I saw this blouse and I was like, ooh, I would kind of really like to have that one. So I love this color. I really do. I really like oatmeal. I'm sorry, I'm an oatmeal beige enjoyer. The detail that I really like, which I just think is so cute, is that it has like an embroidered little sun hat on it. I think that's so adorable. It's a linen cotton blend, so yeah, I really like this color and I love those. I love like little embroidered details. Those are my favorite. And then the last thing that they sent to me, I'm actually wearing right now, is this really nice light flowy, kind of this very light yellow color. It has lace details at the top, and then the bottom really flares out. This one I really like because it's so loose and breathable and comfortable. That is my clothing haul from Simple Retro. The links are in the description box if you guys are interested, and yeah, just big thank you to them because my closet is seriously becoming more and more over the years, just filled with all of their pieces. Today, I think what I'm gonna do is, I was wanting to go to a cafe because I am still out of coffee, but I think I'm just gonna sadly make another really disgusting instant coffee and just keep working on the Move It or Lose It vlog. I was hoping today to start my like huge study vlog for the course I'm currently in because I am weeks and weeks behind, but I kind of wanted to go to a cafe and like get a coffee and get to work, but it is currently just dropping down with rain, so I think I might just stay in today and let the weather dictate what like my work is gonna be. So it's kind of just looking like it's a perfect cozy day to stay in and read and crack on with not only what I'm reading but like the Move It or Lose It episode. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just give you a little cat update. Here's Grendel. Are you sleeping? He's sleeping mostly. And then I know I've already showed you these, but I've just been loving these so much. I kind of want to add like a few more pieces to the bedroom because there's definitely some blank spaces, but these have just been like so gorgeous. These are from Opposite Wall. I do have a discount code with them as well, so I'll put the links in the description box. They have so many prints, and these are from their bookish bibliophile collection, which is just so nice because I do miss the snow. And yeah, the thing about decorating, like now that these are up, I feel really good, but now I'm in that weird mood where I'm like, Emma, it's that like thought in the back of my head that I'm just gonna be moving in a few months anyway, so I'm like, okay, I should leave these up and then not do anything else. So I'm having kind of an unsettled day, honestly. That's kind of what's going on. I did try to go for a run last night. It honestly did not go well. The runs have been going well and they've been going a lot better, but last night was just a bad night and I was getting like a lot of pain in my shins again. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like close off the vlog here because I think this has been really long. I want to say thank you guys for watching, hanging out with me. Guys, very soon in my next video. Please take care of yourself. Please go have the most wonderful cozy day, and until we see each other again, ciao.